We welcome you back into the Dorman Arenas. Joe Hillsman, Ken Jones here with you. And Ken, we have a Florida-South Carolina matchup. It'll be the Gainesville Purple Hurricanes taking on the Spartanburg Vikings. Spartanburg coming in under head coach Fred Ford 2-5. Gainesville on the other side coming in under head coach Kelly Beckham 11-1. This is the winner's bracket. Spartanburg did advance, but we would have to look at it on paper. Rudy Bib Boyd, the high man for Gainesville, they should be the favorite here in this contest.
That they should. I haven't seen Gainesville play, but it's going to be interesting.
Gainesville is in the white, and Spartanburg, the Vikings, are in the navy blue. The five on the floor, the starters for the Vikings: Kashawn Bruton, Tavares Scott, Mike Murphy, Ronnie Miller, and Cam McKinney. Tavares Scott, one of those outstanding two-way prospects, a fine wide receiver, and has also been a fine basketball player. Tavian Feaster not playing basketball this year. He figured out that 95 feet is just not enough room for the speed that he possesses. A long three is no good. The starters for Gainesville will be Rudy Bib Boyd, number 1, number 4, Isaiah Wilson, number 5, Malachi LaCroix, number 6, John Scott, and number 22, Ronte Oates. And a foul on our first foul, 37 seconds in, and it will be called on Gainesville. And it's called on LaCroix, and that is his first and the team's first. So now here is McKinney. McKinney floats it up, no good. Rebound pulled down by Oates, and Oates was fouled by by Mike Murphy. Mike Murphy with that shot, no good. Mike Murphy, another one of those fine football players for the Spartanburg Vikings, who fell just short of a state championship in football this season. Gainesville, their football team did very well. They are a 6A school out of Florida, and they stay right there where the Gators live. So here's Scott. Scott holds, and then they swing it to Oates. Oates now back to Scott. Scott pump fake, put it on the floor, tried to kick it out to the outside, and it is a turnover. Ball was not deflected. Coach Fred Ford sitting right there in front of it, looking at it, and they will go the opposite direction. Now, if you want to talk about Spartanburg lady hoops, I mean, hey, they got one of the best in the nation. There's a floater up good by Tavares Scott. Tavares Scott, I really like him. Had to make a choice with football or basketball, and it kind of came at a young age when he knew he could do them both. And I actually just talked to him down on the floor just a moment ago, and I said, football or basketball? He said, I don't know yet. And that's okay, even though he's a senior. He put up those wonderful football numbers, didn't get a lot of offers. That should have been a traveling. It was not called. Ronnie Miller, another football player for the Vikings. There's a jump off the baseline, no good by Rudy Bib Boyd. Out of bounds, and it will stay with the Gainesville Hurricanes.
Contrary to the last game we just saw, we have very few points scored at this point.
Yeah, running right up on that same little mark there. Spartanburg coming in averaging 63.7 points per game, but they are allowing 73.4 points per game.
Not a good combination.
Helter-skelter pace right now at the moment. Not even 2 minutes gone by in a 2-0 ball game. Long inbounds across, and there is Oates. Oates with the jumper, good. Ronde Oates with a big body, and he has the first two. Defensively, Gainesville allowing 52.6 points per game. Offensively, they are scoring 67.6. Scott's shot is no good. Ball is on the floor. The rebound is going to come back out. Bruton going to pull a three. It's going to be short, no good. An air ball, barely hit the bottom of the net, and a turnover.
2-2, 5:52 to go in the first quarter. I tell you, a lot different from that last game. But I can tell it's still going to be a good game right here.
Yeah. For the most part. Tavares Scott, if he can really heat up, he will do some things. This Gainesville bunch won't go away either. I mean, them playing up here this week is speaking volumes because the Kingdom of the Sun tournament is going on right down in Ocala, Florida, and they usually participate in that from time to time. So for them to come up here, want to see some different competition exposure, they are really going to try and put on a very good show.
I tell you, here at the 2015 Farm Bureau Insurance Classic, they wanted to come up here this year.
That's what they wanted to do. Coming off a 29-3 season last year, Spartanburg last season 13-9. Spartanburg's basketball numbers will kind of fool you, especially over the last 2 or 3 years, because a lot of their scheduling has been heavy after football because, as you know, they've made deep runs. And they've had football players vastly up and down the Spartanburg Viking basketball roster. So they haven't played, they don't play in as many showcases or events. This usually is their kickoff for them when it comes to playing in showcases and events, although they're 7 games in. I know this time last year they were 2 games in when we were here. Free throw, no good by Keyshawn Bruton. He'll get another. And Coach Fred Ford still slowly trying to build his program up. Free throw is no good. This is his 3rd season here as the head coach of the Spartanburg Vikings basketball program. Gainesville working. They are in the left, in the white. They're moving left to right in the white with the purple numbers. Working it around the horn and holding it across. There's a flash right in the middle to Pugh. Pugh in, jump good. Pugh off the bench and into the scorebook as he came in and got a field goal. It's 4-2 now. The Vikings now going to give it off, and there is Mike Murphy. Murphy, jumper, front iron. No, it rolled, bounced back, and he got their own rebound over on the right wing. Kicks it to Tavares Scott. Scott, pump fake, puts it on the floor, now picks it back up, gives it off, and driving the lane is Cam McKinney with a bounce pass behind the back. It is no good. Shot up by Miller. They put it back up, no. Rebound again. They block it out of there. They fight for it. Good hustle. It's saved, and there he is, Mike Murphy with the hustle. Mike Murphy gets it off. McKinney with a nice drop pass, layup, good to Keyshawn Bruton.
I'm glad they scored. Joe, you had me tired on all that.
Bruton with the hoop. Here's Pugh in the right corner. Pugh now kicks it back out, and here's Teeler. They've gone to the bench now, has Gainesville. Pugh to Teeler. Teeler swings it well across the Bit Boyd. Now in the corner holding it was Scott. Bit Boyd, a 3. Hill of the rim, no good. Back tap going to come out to Mike Murphy. They've got numbers. Up ahead to McKinney. Back to Murphy. Murphy on the break. Got it blocked from behind and a foul. Mike Murphy will be going to the free throw line. Was fouled from behind on the break.
Murphy could have held that ball just a couple more dribbles, passed it a little early.
Murphy going to the free throw line. First free throw is good. So a 5-4 ball game with Spartanburg in the lead momentarily here with 4:10 to go first quarter. Joel Hilsman, Ken Jones, glad that you are with us here at the SUVtv.com. And the second free throw is good. We're on the scene and live from the 2015 Farm Bureau Insurance Classic in Roebuck, South Carolina. Dorman High School. Kick it in the corner. There's a 3 by Dallas Teeler. It is going to be no good. Rebound. He fought for it, but it's going to come away with it is Ronnie Miller. Miller gets it up ahead now. The Vikings into the forecourt. They'll peel it back. New men in as Austin Nelms has checked in. There's a long 3. Tavares Scott, no good. They tip, fight for the rebound. It'll be pulled away by Isaiah Wilson. Wilson gives it to Big Boyd, and they'll come into the forecourt for the Purple Hurricanes. Swing it to the left. Nice bounce pass on the baseline. Shot is up by Wilson. No, he's fouled by Tavares Scott, and he'll go to the free throw line. And yes, Gainesville, I know you guys are just the Gainesville Hurricanes. With all of the vast nature of nicknames, you know I've ran across my share of Purple Hurricanes. There's 3 of them in Georgia I can name alone. Free throw is up and good, but in Florida, you are just a Hurricane, that's for sure. They got the purple, so, you know, the Miami Cane fans won't get upset with you, I don't guess. Free throw is good. Full court pressure now, and a 1-point lead for Gainesville. Scott gets it up ahead to Mike Murphy. Murphy, a 3. It is no good. Air ball. They fight for the rebound out of bounds, and let's see, now we're going to have a offensive foul or a loose ball foul. No, they're going to say it was off of number 22, Ronnie Miller. As you can see from the Spartanburg team, Ken, we talk about how the game of basketball, the evolution of changing or what you do, what you didn't do. You see height does not stand out for this Vikings bunch.
Right, absolutely. It seemed like, but their quickness, we hope that is their mainstay.
Good hustle.
Yeah, they're all over the court, so.
And Coach Ford has to call a timeout as Tavares Scott had the ball right there. Good hustle, though, by Austin Nelms to save that possession. and keep the possession alive. And Coach Ford called a 30-second timeout with 3 minutes to go. But go ahead and finish your point.
The Spartan team, they're running it. I mean, they're running a half-court offense, so they're going to slow this game down. Now, I've seen them run, though. They have no problem doing that. The Gainesville team is not as tall as I thought they were going to be either, so that's why they're evenly matched at this point. Spartanburg, they just have to stay with it, stay close to them. Don't let Greenville, I'm sorry. Don't let Gainesville get one of those big runs that we all, are scared of. So, but Spartanburg is definitely going to hang in there.
Kind of reminds you how big the world is. You're saying Greenville. I'm surprised I didn't say that. And in Gainesville, Georgia, they're very well represented. And a lot of people in this part of the country know about that because of the quarterback down the street. Right. And here is Gainesville here. So there are more than one places. That's like, I think, one of those old, I don't know what's got me in this trivia mood today. I think the U.S. city with the most popular U.S. city name is Springfield.
Oh, is it?
And that came from The Simpsons.
Oh, okay.
So there is more than one Gainesville, and you can get Gainesville and Greenville confused.
Well,
but Ken Jones, yeah, you did. I know what you can't get confused, though. Roebuck. That's where we're at, Roebuck, South Carolina.
Sears and Roebuck.
There you go. That's how that'll help you remember.
That's it for me.
Dorman now with a beautiful facility here. The Cavaliers, speaking of Dorman, they will be coming up next right here on their home floor. They will be taking on the Shiloh Generals, and that game will be fun.
That definitely will. Saw Shiloh play yesterday.
Derek Owens in at the guard spot now, number 3 in white for the Hurricanes. And Owens going to penetrate, tried to feed it down to Scott. Scott kicked it back out. Gainesville not looking confused at the moment. Pugh got it blocked. Good beat down block out of there by Andrew Tate. Ball is on the floor. Going to take it away. Here comes Owens. Owens now loses it. Scott scoop to Oates. Oates layup. Good. Rondé Oates with his second field goal.
Bodies flying on that one.
Yeah, bodies flying. Ball is kind of wild right now at the moment. Driving down the lane, dumped it off. Tate shot up. No. Late foul, and the foul came from the center ref. The lead ref down there underneath was not going to call it. The center ref back out near the break called it, and we'll go to the free throw line. Andrew Tate into the contest. Did not start for these Vikings. In an 8-6 contest, he has an opportunity to tie it at the free throw line.
Spartanburg, just keep it close. 1 minute, 45 seconds.
Tate missing on the first free throw. He'll get one more. High arcer, no good. Missed them both. Tip, fight for the rebound, out of bounds. It will go off of Cam McKennedy, and it will be over to Gainesville. Pugh, Teeler, Owens, Oates, and Bib Boyd, the 5 on the floor for the Hurricanes. Teeler tried to get it down to Pugh, and it's going to be taken away. A steal by Keyshawn Brunton. Bruton kicks it in the corner. There's the 3 by McKennedy. It's no good. Rebound going to come down to Dallas Teeler of Gainesville. Teeler now going to take it and push it all the way in the forecourt. Kick it over to Owens. Owens' 3 was blocked. Tried to pull it in transition. Good job by Nams. Nams deflected it there. There's Mike Murphy. Murphy up to McKennedy. McKennedy Euro stepping layup. Good. Cam McKennedy is in the book with his first field goal. And we are tied at 8. 65 seconds to go, first quarter. Gainesville, Florida, Spartanburg, South Carolina. Oates steps into a 3. Good. Quietly confident are you, Mr. Rondé Oates? He has 7 of the 11, and now he stretches it in with that left-handed long ball off the left wing. Long cross court pass to Murphy. Murphy now. There's a short corner jump by Nelms. It's no good. And we have a whistle, and we will go the other way. Foul called on LaCroix, and that'll be his second and the team's 4th. 11-8 with 44 and 3/10 seconds. Joe Hillsman, Ken Jones, glad that you're here with us. The 2015 Farm Bureau Insurance Classic. Visit them online at farmbureauclassic.com. Nice drive. The float is short, no good. Rebound gonna come down. That was Bib Boyd shot, no good. Mike Murphy in the break, good. Mike Murphy gets his first field goal. That cuts the lead down to 1 with 25 seconds.
I tell you, Spartanburg's just hanging in there. That's all they have to do.
Jaden McKay has checked into the ball game as Oates gets hit with a traveling violation. Ronte Oates with 7 points. He was the starter. He's gone the distance so far. Wanting to see if we'll see Nico Gainey. Not sure if we'll see Nico Gainey, but he's also a player to watch. Number 12 for this Gainesville, Florida bunch. And now we've got a timeout on the officials. And they're going to get together right here at midcourt and discuss something. The clock not working, you want to reset the clock. And that's exactly what he wants. He wants some more time either on or off of the clock here in this first quarter. It says 16 and 9/10 seconds there. Yeah, they take it down to 14 and 9/10 seconds. Well, the clock did not start. Substitutions now. Jeremiah Tesme has checked in. Inbound it now, so Spartanburg should be holding for their final shot. Murphy over to Scott. Scott back to Murphy, looking at a 2-3 zone defense and 6 seconds to go. 3 seconds. 2. Mike Murphy stepped around, long cross-court pass. Brewington a 3 at the horn. It is no good, and we are at the end of the first quarter. It is Gainesville 11, Spartanburg 10, right here, SUVtv.com.
Seconds inbound pass to Marbury as he works on the defense of Johnson. Dribbles by Robinson, takes it to the baseline, running jump shot. Good! 2 seconds left.
corner to Bip Boyd. Bip Boyd now, long cross court pass, stolen. That pass was not made by Bip Boyd. It was made by Kajan Stott. Mike Murphy, he knows something about intercepting passes. There's a three. Murphy, Bruton to no good. McKennedy got it back. Bruton, a three. Yeah. Good. He's hit through two threes. Yeah, gonna have to call it now. Yeah. Timeout call. They pushed the lead out to 9 quickly due to Spartanburg Vikings, 22-13.
See, that's why you can't go by what's on paper. Spartanburg just being scrappy, doing what they're supposed to do. That's how they got this 22 to 13-point lead.
Time for Riding Shotgun with a Gunslinger. Tough questions for football tough guy Brett Favre.
Dear Brett, I have a truck, so people always ask me to help them move. What should I do? First, go to favrates.com for a great auto quote from Farm Bureau. Then tell people you'll help them move as long as you can move in with them. Problem solved.
Great answer. Get your quote with local agents, great rates, and fast claims at favrates.com from Farm Bureau Insurance.
We look inside the beautiful Dorman Arena. We welcome you back inside here. Joel Hillsman, Ken Jones, glad that you are with us right here live on the SUVtv. Isaiah Wilson driving and was fouled. He'll go to the free throw line. Wilson 2 of 2 on the day from the line in a 22-13 ball game. And it quickly shot out there to 22-13. Wilson, free throw, good. Wilson will get one more free throw. Second one, good. 4 of 4, can't complain. Here's Bruton into the forecourt. Bruton swings it over to Tavares Scott. Scott now gonna spin, go down the foul line, float it up, no. Rebound, back tap, gonna come out to Bruton. Bruton now gonna hold it on the cross court. Nice pass to Mike Murphy. Murphy, no, Tate on the follow, good. Andrew Tate, offensive rebound. And put back. It's 24-15. Coach Ford didn't agree with that call. The reaction from the Spartanburg fans that are here and the players on the court, they did not like that call either.
I got to just keep on saying, Spartanburg's just doing what they need to do.
Yeah, they kind of remind you of flies at a picnic. But the fly never really is leading. They always just kind of hang around. Spartanburg, the fly is actually taking the food. Yeah. 24-15 at the moment. We come up halfway gone here in this second quarter. Feeding inside, kick it over to the right wing. Now going to drive on the baseline, step out of bounds on the end line. A turnover there by DeAndre Ivory. Or no, foul call on the floor. All right. This ref has made a number of calls, so I'll just keep my eyes on him. Substitutions now. Tate will go out, and checking back in will be Ronnie Miller. Ronnie Miller, 22, in the Navy. The Spartanburg Vikings, they are in the Navy. Gainesville in the white. Ivory, a three off the inbound, badly missed. Rebound going to fall right there into the hands of Ronnie Miller. Coming back, McKennedy, blazing speed, good. He's not big, he's not strong, but he is fast. 26-15. Now on the drive, oh, let's see, an offensive foul. Good job of drawing the offensive foul. Ronnie Miller laying his body on the line. That's an offensive foul and a turnover on DeAndre Ivory. Good job there. That's how we were talking about that in our first game, Ken, about taking charges. That's how you do it right there. That was a bang-bang call, though.
Yes, it was. Spartanburg getting the ball back again.
And they have an 8-point, 9-point, 11-point lead. That's how their lead has slowly grown. You saw what I did right there?
I see.
3:30 to go. Here's Scott. Scott baseline, floated, short corner, no good. Tavares Scott can't find anything. Got the rebound, put it back up on the other side. Tavares Scott has 6 in the game.
Just pure out hustling the Gainesville team.
He's an athlete that is very deceptive, especially on the basketball floor. Kick it all the way across the wing. There's a long three by Taylor. Dallas Taylor, no good. Wilson skies for the rebound. Put it back up and in good. You notice what he didn't do right there, Ken?
He didn't bring the ball down.
There you go. Ken Jones is my man, and that's an and one for Isaiah Wilson.
No need to bring it down.
Those of you across the SUVtv network that have viewed in, thank you for putting up with me. Sometimes I do just go into straight barbershop mode. Free throw, Wilson is good. He is stroking in those free throws. He has 5 for 5 on the stat line for the free throws. Under 3 minutes to go now. Over to Scott. Scott touch pass to Murphy. Murphy back to Bruton. Bruton pump fake. Goes on behind the back. Swings it to Scott. Scott wanted to step into it, being very patient with it, and swings it over to McKinney. And they pop it all the way across. Looking at this zone. Bruton going to try to attack. Ball was deflected. It's on the floor. It's a steal. Turnover. Here come the Hurricanes. Get it up ahead to Big Boy. Big Boy going to stop. Attack. Float across the lane. No, he was going right to left, floating across the lane and turn to shoot. He had fouled on the play. Foul will be on McKinney, I think. Cam McKinney.
That was it. Big Boy get 2 shots.
So Rudy Bip Boyd at the free throw line, yet to scratch in the scorebook until just now. Hit his first free throw. He's 1-on-1 from the stripe. It is 28-19. Gainesville, as I mentioned, a Class 6 school in the state of Florida, and they are 11-1 so far on the season. Spartanburg, a Class 4 school, and they are 2 of 5. Rudy Bip Boyd made both free throws. That cuts the lead now to 8. Here's Tavares Scott. Scott swings it to Nelms. Nelms back to Bruton. Bruton. They're just going to continue to move the ball. It looks like the success they're having against that zone. No one flashing. There's a 3. Tavares Scott. A 3 ball by Tavares Scott. He's just patiently letting the game come to him. He has 9 in the contest. 11-point Viking lead. A long 3. Scott, no good. In and out. Rebound coming down. They fight for it. Now it's back tap. And now coming away with it, Rudy Bip Boyd, and it was taken away. Ronnie Miller took it away from him. There's a pass from Bruton. Bruton to Mike Murphy. No, he'll go to the free throw line. Spartanburg was out and trying to run, and they'll go to the free throw line.
Say it again, Joe. What is it? Spartanburg just doing what they got to do.
Yeah, just doing what they got to do, man. Nothing pretty, nothing to write home to mom about. They're just scrapping and surviving at the moment.
But we do know how this all can change, so.
Yeah, basketball, beautiful game. And I wanted to finish my point. I had went away from it about Spartanburg and the athletic program. Kiana Jeter, if you've not seen her play basketball, you're missing a joy in Kiana Jeter. Gatorade Player of the Year last year for the state of South Carolina, which she dropped 24-25 a game this year.
Yes, she does.
Last year. She's worth the price of admission. And this will be the last year where it's cheap.
Right.
Second free throw from Mike Murphy is good. We just talk about the talent, so much talent, Ken, both on the football field and in boys and girls basketball, just in the South. There's a long 3 out of the corner, good by Jalen Pugh. And you can see a lot of that exhibited here when you just look at the lineups. A lot of Georgia schools, a lot of Florida schools, North Carolina schools, and South Carolina schools. This little corridor here, I mean, there's nothing you cannot do on a Friday night during football season to find you a good football game or during the week for basketball. Rondé Oates floats in that jumper with that left hand. Because these 2 schools would have been a pretty good football game as well.
It would have been, yes.
Bruton over to Nelms. Nelms now going to fake. He did a little Smitty move. Baseline and 1. Austin Nelms. That's a Smitty move.
Yes, sir.
Nelms, oh man, threw back the old Steve Smith shimmy and the shake right here. Here's your SUV instant replay. Look at that shimmy, and then go down the baseline and 1. Somewhere Steve Smith smiled. 34-25 free throw is good, completing the 3-point play. Austin Nelms.
We have the trap here. They successfully get away with it. Here they come.
On the layup, Wilson, no, he was fouled. Isaiah Wilson now will walk up to the stripe. 52 and 3 10 seconds. 52 and 7 10 seconds. And Isaiah Wilson will make his trip to the free throw line, where he has had him a pretty profound day at 5 of 5, now make it 6 of 6. Substitution now. Let's see, Mike Murphy will stay in. And we've got another substitution. Is that Andrew Tate who checked in? Free throw. Nope, that's not Andrew Tate. That's Cole Mason. Cole Mason is checked in for Spartanburg. And he will be inbounding the ball underneath the basket. 35 to 27.
Big man has returned for Gainesville. 6'8", Jeremy Tisney.
Yes, he got in some early foul trouble. And you can tell that Coach Kelly Beckham, in his 34th season here at Gainesville, was tinkering with the lineup just a little bit. Bruton lost it out of bounds and a turnover. So now Gainesville with an opportunity to pull it closer here before the end of the half, and they can take all of the clock if they choose to. 29 seconds less than that, and here's Rudy Boyd, who has been held only 2 points. And now a foul away from the ball, and it's going to be on Ronnie Miller. Miller with the away from the ball foul, and they're going to put
Double bonus.
Tisney at the free throw line for, as you say, the double bonus. It'll be 2 shots. Tisney now receives the ball, and the left-hander goes through his routine. It falls. Tisney will get one more. It is good. Six-point ball game now. We get ready to close this first half. Long cross-court pass, bad pass, a turnover in the row 3. So Pugh will be inbounding it, and now let's see. Coach Beckham raced down that bench like he was about to make a substitution, but I guess he decided to think better of it. Coach Beckham yells out the instructions. Driving, layup, good.
That's going to bring it down to 4.
35 to 31, yeah, they did. They was able to cut that lead down to 4. Spartanburg scrapping and clawing has a 4-point lead over Gainesville at the half. 35-31, the Vikings over the Hurricanes.
Around here, we grew up in the kitchen. We learned how to cook when our parents taught us what their parents taught them. At Bojangles, our master biscuit makers use traditional Southern recipes too, from scratch, the old-fashioned way. It's harder, but it's better. Around here, kitchens have always brought folks together, and we're going to make sure they do so for a long time to come. Head to Bojangles and try our country fried steak on a made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuit. Bojangles, it's Bo time.
Joel Hilsman and Ken Jones welcome you back here to Dorman High School and Dorman Arena. Second half action here between Spartanburg and Gainesville. 35-31. Taking a quick look here. Jalen Pugh with 11 points for Gainesville to lead them. He had 11 and Oates had 7. Isaiah Wilson with 9 in the contest. And he is 7 of 7 from the free throw line. So Spartanburg working it with Murphy. Murphy to Bruton. Bruton gonna drive, flip it up. Shot is no, and a foul on the floor. Rudy Bibb Boyd had only 2 points there in that first half. Nine points from Isaiah Wilson. So at the free throw line, the first free throw is good by Keyshawn Bruton. Bruton now 1 of 3. Was 2 of 4 from beyond the arc in that first half. He sinks both free throws. And that pushes the Spartanburg lead out to 37-31. They fight for the rebound. It is not there.
Out hustle by Spartanburg once again.
Spartanburg gonna bring it back with Mike Murphy. Murphy puts it on the floor to Scott. Scott down low, nice pass. Shot is up and in, good. Cam McKinney give that dime drop off to Tavares Scott. He knows something about catching passes. Caught a lot of them on the football field, so he drops them here on the basketball court. Long three. It is going to be off, no good by Kajon Scott. Oates with the rebound, back up, and was fouled going to the hoop.
Spartanburg up by 8 with 6 minutes and 38 seconds to go in the third quarter. Came out with the attacking press. Half court. Changed a little strategy. Oates missed the first one.
Oates will get one more. He stroked in the second. 39-32, 7-point game. Mike Miller now going to drive. Mike kicks it back over to Bruton. Bruton pulls a three. It's going to be off to the right. No good. Rebound. Pugh dropped it. Going to be picked up by the Hurricanes, and now here they come this way with LaCroix. LaCroix swings it over. There's Big Boy, a three. It's going to be no good. They tip rebound out of bounds, and it will go off of Pugh of Gainesville. So it is Pugh, LaCroix, Big Boy, Scott, and Oates, the five on the floor for the Gainesville Hurricanes. It is McKinney, Bruton, Murphy, Scott, and Ronnie Miller. And there goes Miller. No, that's Andrew Tate. Tate lost it out of bounds, and it went off of Scott of Gainesville. So now here comes the substitution. Oates will check out. And coming in will be Dallas Taylor. Taylor yet to score in the game so far today. 0 of 2 from the field. In the first half, Spartanburg 41% from the field, 13 of 32. And for Gainesville, 39%, 9 of 23.
You know, Joe, Gainesville is the bigger team, taller team, but Spartanburg is just going straight to the hoop. I mean, they're just going like they're not even there. So, of course, they foul them and put them on the line. They've dropped a few easy buckets. Once again, Spartanburg just doing what they have to do.
Bruton split his free throw. Missed the first one, missed the second one. Made the first one, missed the second one, and then got hustled over there. 6:06 to go. McKinney will inbound it to Bruton. Bruton now being worked on and harassed by Bib Boyd. Kicks it over to the left. There's Mike Murphy over to McKinney. McKinney back to Mike Murphy. Murphy will hold between the rings, and he's picked up by Pugh. Bib Boyd now going to guard on Brewington. It wasn't there. McKinney wanted to go baseline. He dropped it off the tape and a foul call. Whistles coming quickly now. Dallas Teeler will get hit with the foul, 23 and white.
Spartanburg making it look real easy on getting in to the paint. And after they get in there, I mean, they go and get it up to the basket. But, I mean, they're making it look real easy on them.
And the thing is they're not forcing anything either. As you mentioned, the size and the length. Andrew Tate, the biggest thing on the court. There's a steal by Bib Boyd. Bib Boyd checking behind him. Bib Boyd on the break layup. Rudy Bib Boyd with his first field goal of the contest. And it's 40-34. Gainesville closes to 6. Here's Bruton. Bruton between the rings over to Tavares Scott. Scott now holding, got the screen, didn't use it, went down the right of the lane. The pass was deflected. He recovered it, put it back up and in. Good. Tavares Scott.
Strong move by Scott.
Scott with 11 in the contest, a quiet 11 points though, and the lead now up to 8. Corner pass to Teeler. Teeler to Bib Boyd. Bib Boyd now to the top to LaCroix. LaCroix holding, worked on by Mike Murphy, gives it over to Bib Boyd. Bib Boyd over on the left side and the left wing. He'll peel it back out, right hand dribble, belt high. Swing it across to Pugh. Pugh now in the lane of LaCroix. LaCroix makes his move. Tate there defensively. Shot is up, no good. Tate on the glass. Gives it over to Tavares Scott, and we're under 5 minutes as he crosses into the full court. Tavares behind the backstop, picked up the dribble, gives it to McKinney. McKinney gonna fake, gonna flare to the right. There's Murphy, a jump. It's good. Mike Murphy, foot on the line, it's a long two. You talk about making it look easy. They're being patient, not forcing anything, not pressing the issue. A 10-point ball game with 4.5 to go, third quarter. Pugh with the jumper from the left, it's good. He stroked that in. Jalen Pugh with his first field goal. Pugh had 13 points in the game. He had 11 in the first half. McKinney, a layup good. McKinney always finding himself around the rim and putting it in the basket, and a timeout. No, a turnover call. And now a timeout call. Yeah, I knew it had to be coming. Kelly Beckham, the head coach, called time. He stares at that big, beautiful clock in front of him. 46-36. Spartanburg with a 10-point lead. 30-second timeout right here. The SUVtv.com.
Seconds inbound pass to Marbury as he works on the defense of Johnson, dribbles by Robinson, takes it to the baseline, running jump shot, good! 2 seconds left.
So out of the timeout now, Spartanburg moving left to right. They have a commanding 10-point lead. And here's Bruton into the full court to Cam McKinney. McKinney has had himself quite a ball game at 8 points. There's a float baseline. Bruton got the roll. Living right, bouncing up and over and falling through. It's 48-36. Long corner pass. Teeler's in the corner. Not there. Pugh at the top. Pugh put it on the floor below the free throw line. Got it blocked. Tate with a block. Tate contesting again, but the shot is up and in, good by Scott. Okay, John Scott with his first field goal. Here's Tavares Scott. Tavares Scott gonna drive, float it up good. He has 13 points. They're very quiet. They're very smooth. They're very much in the flow of the offense, Ken. Bib Boyd floating below the free throw line. Good. Now the team's wanting to kind of pick it up and exchange baskets just a moment. And a foul in the backcourt, 50-40. It's a 10-point ball game. So as I mentioned, defensively, Gainesville allowing 52.6 points per game. Spartanburg right there on that average right now.
A quarter and a half to go.
We saw Hillcrest play in this previous game. Hillcrest defeated this Spartanburg team by almost 30 earlier this season. Hillcrest actually has 2 victories already this season over Spartanburg in 2 of their first 3 games for Spartanburg. Spartanburg in the contest 2-5. They have victories over Gaffney and Lawrence, and they defeated Lawrence here yesterday. A turnover for Gainesville, and they come out flying. Pugh was fouled in the full court. Still a 10-point ball game, 2:53 to go here. Dorman Arena, game 2 of our winners bracket coverage here. And we are, this is the dual bracket, so we are currently we're in the Bojangles boys bracket. Shot off the window, no good by LaCroix. LaCroix got his own rebound, put it on the floor. It was knocked free, out of bounds, and it will go to Spartanburg. The Bojangles bracket here at the 2015 Farm Bureau Insurance Classic. The Farm Bureau's Insurance Classic bracket. We completed that first game on that side, which was between Hillcrest and Wellington, Florida. And we will finish off that Bojangles bracket a little later on with Shiloh and Dorman. There's a pass, intercepted by Tavares Scott. Scott off the dribble, moving, floating, no good. Couldn't get the roll. Rebound come out to LaCroix. LaCroix gets it up to Big Boy. Big Boy into the forecourt. Big Boy gonna drive, kick it into the corner. I take it. LaCroix, pump fake, left hand, up and in good. You can tell he's been antsing to get into the ball game, Ken. Got in early foul trouble, had to sit for a long stretch there in that first half. Now he's back, fresh start second half, and he's being a bit more aggressive.
That he is.
Tavares Scott gonna dribble with the right hand. Now gonna hesitate with the left, go all the way back down the lane. No good. Tate with the tip. It's good. Andrew Tip, offensive rebound and put back on the tip from Andrew Tate. Coming back quickly this way with that Big Boy. Big Boy with the field goal. Big Boy now trying to heat up. He has 6 points in this third quarter. Scott got the rebound and was fouled, and I think that'll be Dallas Teeler down there hacking him. Jalen Pugh in that first half was 5 of 5 from the field, 1 of 1 from beyond the arc. True shooting percentage, 100%. Spartanburg holding an edge in the rebounding at halftime, plus 15, 22-7. Tavares Scott free throw, good.
Joe, you said 22-7?
22-7 at the half was the rebounding total. So Tavares Scott will get one more. His first trip to the line, and he strokes in both of them. Tavares Scott quietly now. 15 points in the contest. He is the high man right now for Spartanburg.
Spartanburg out here with the 1-2-2.
Broken. Pugh shot. Bothered by Andrew Tate. That's his second block. Bruton got away with it. Now Wilson stole it. Wilson being contested by Tate. Could have let that go, though, Tate. He says he used the off arm. You could have let that go, though. Wilson coming in there will get fouled. I'm not mad at Tate, though. Going there, no easy layups. I got it. But you don't want to get in foul trouble. It's one of those games you just have to be careful, especially when you know you are the size.
That's going to be to the end.
Wilson, free throw is good. Isaiah Wilson living at that free throw line. You heard? He is now 8 for 8 in the contest. Second free throw. Good. 9 of 9 from the line. That's what I call productive. 54-46, but then Cam McKennedy right back. Just blazing speed from the little speedster Cam McKennedy. Pass was tipped. Bruton's going to get the steal. Bruton going to hand it off to Mike Murphy. Layup, no. They tip, fight for it. Bruton got the rebound, recovers. On the baseline, they knock it away from him again. Out of bounds, and it will go to Spartanburg.
Still a 10-point lead. 1 minute, 11 seconds to go. Third quarter.
Here's Bruton. Bruton working between the rings. A 5 count. Good defensive effort. Outstanding defensive effort. That's someone off the bench. That's a youngster right there. That 33, Jalen Wilson.
I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, Jalen Wilson came off of the bench. He's going right back to the bench. He came in, got a 5 count, and goes right back out. That's playing your role.
That's it. I'm guaranteed they'll use him again then.
Kick it in the middle. Wilson dumps it down. Tice got it blocked. Andrew Tate with a block. He got it back up a block party again. They didn't get the memo. Andrew Tate is swatting stuff. Don't bring it down in there. The second time he got called with a foul. Big Jeremiah Tisme, though, with all those long arms and tentacles, and went up to try and dunk that thing, and Tate blocked it. Oh, my goodness. Tate got a second block, but they called a foul, and Wilson will go back to where he pays rent, the free throw line. It is good.
And makes it. What's that, 10 for 10?
10 for 10 on the day. I love it. 12 points in the game, 10 of them from the free throw line for Isaiah Wilson. The one hoop he did score, he got an offensive rebound in the middle of the lane, kept the ball high, put it back up off the window with a little kiss. Back iron.
There it is.
I'll take 10 of 11 all day. And then with an offensive rebound, Oates swings it out high to Pugh. 50 seconds to go. Joe Hilsman, Ken Jones, glad that you're with us. Third quarter winding down between Gainesville and Spartanburg. Oates now holds it. Oates now in the middle to Teeler. Teeler back to Oates. Oates is going to drive. Oates going to float it up. No good. Rebound come down to Brunton. Brunton had to give it off to Nelms so he didn't get a turnover. Nelms is back in. Austin Nelms. Brunton, tricky dribble between the legs, and then he's going to take his time and they'll set it up. They can hold for one. And I use that comparative to the clock. I don't mean holding for one with 7 minutes to go. 15 seconds to go. Here's Brunton. Brunton being picked up by Oates. Got to watch it. Can't get a 5 count. Over to Mike Murphy with 8. Mike Murphy between the rings. Now over to Austin Nelms. I don't know if they know what they want to do. Nelms going to attack with 2. He's going to pull a long 3 and foul.
Oh, no.
With 9/10 of a second off, foul on Rondé Oates. After Spartanburg, let's be honest, the offense had broken down.
Yes, that it is. They weren't going to get that off. I mean, he shot that, what, 40-footer?
On that right wing, he was about 22, 23 feet. It was going to be a rush shot, and you found him with .9 to go.
And 2 defenders on him.
Back iron couldn't make him pay. Austin Nelms misses his first free throw of the contest. Nelms was 3 of 3. Makes the second. He'll get one more.
Misses that second.
And missed 2 of the 3. Did Austin Nelms. All right, we are at the end of the third quarter. It is a 10-point ball game. Spartanburg 57, Gainesville 47.
Time for Riding Shotgun with a Gunslinger. Tough questions for football tough guy Brett Favre.
Dear Brett, I have a truck, so people always ask me to help them move. What should I do? First, go to favrates.com for a great auto quote from Farm Bureau. Then tell people you'll help them move as long as you can move in with them. Problem solved.
Great answer. Get your quote with local agents, great rates, and fast claims at favrates.com. From Farm Bureau Insurance.
Around here, we grew up in the kitchen. We learned how to cook when our parents taught us what their parents taught them. At Bojangles, our master biscuit makers use traditional Southern recipes too, from scratch, the old-fashioned way. It's harder, but it's better. Around here, kitchens have always brought folks together, and we're going to make sure they do so for a long time to come. Head to Bojangles and try our country fried steak on a made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuit. Bojangles, it's bow time.
A 22-point third quarter for the Spartanburg Vikings. Joe Hilsman along with Ken Jones. We're back for the start of the fourth quarter. A 22-point quarter for the Vikings.
I don't know what to tell you.
They had a 25-point second quarter. So 25 and 22 back-to-back 20-point quarters. A long 3, top of the key is good by Rudy Bibb Boyd. Rudy Bibb Boyd has came on here in this second half. He has 9.5, 11 in a contest. It's 57-50. But the thing I've noticed, and I wanted to wait to the fourth quarter to talk about this, and I'm going to have to wait another possession because, well, no, I can. Spartanburg will keep the possession. The one thing that they've done, if they've kept Gainesville at arm's length, just enough here, once they got the 2 and 3 possession lead, that's kind of where they've kept it.
Right, kept it right there. That's what we were talking about. They just kept them at, I mean, it's been 10 points. No higher than 10, but it's always been about 10.
Bruton works with it. Now here's Scott. Scott, cross-court pass to Mike Murphy. It'll be easy with it. Now between the rings, gets a screen from Tate. They come out on a trap. McKennedy now, cross-court pass to Murphy. Murphy now to Scott. Scott stop, pulls a 3. It's off. Tip, rebound, hits the floor. Rudy Bit Boyd gonna have it, and now here comes Gainesville. They're moving right to left in the white. Rudy Bit Boyd, foul line, left of it. Shot is no good. He forced it. Rebound, Wilson fighting for it. Scott gonna come away with it for the Vikings. Now a long lead pass up ahead. They kind of fell asleep, I think. And McKennedy gonna fight for it down there. They're gonna pull it away, and then LaCroix is gonna get the steal. Here is Scott. Scott back this way. Scott on Scott. Layup. Good. It fell in there, man. Almost came off the lip of the rim, but it fell in. Lead now down to 5. This is as close as Gainesville has been since it pushed up there to 7, 8, 9, and 10.
Gainesville came back real quick.
Yeah, quick little 5-0 spurt to start this quarter. And the shot is no good. Wilson gets the rebound. I like how active he's been. Oates up ahead to Scott. Scott, and one, Keyshawn Scott. My, oh, my, oh, my, oh, my.
I tell you, that quick. Coach's strategies have to change. A whole lot of things just changed. And he makes that. It makes it that.
Scott completes that 3-point play. Now he has 7 points in the ball game, as he's 1 of 1 from the free throw line. 57-55. It's a 2-point game now. 6:12 to go. So here is Mike Murphy. Mike Murphy with the right-hand dribble, crossing the timeline, now puts it in the left. He's picked up by Bib Boyd as Ronnie Miller popped out. Miller giving Tate a blow, but Tate is still in the game. Tavares Scott went out. Miller gives it to Austin Nelms. This has to be a quick little breather. Nelms almost lost it. Mike Murphy recovers it for him. Mike into the forecourt, gets it up ahead. It bounced off a defender out of bounds, and it will stay with Spartanburg. And let's see, a timeout has been called. It is a 30-second timeout on Spartanburg. I think what Coach Fred Ford was trying to do there, I think he wanted to give Bruton and Scott a blow, but then once he saw what the subs were doing in this tight of a game, he decided to go ahead and burn that timeout.
Give him a blow with that timeout, give him a little rest. Because they're surely going to need it. 5 minutes and 41 seconds. You know, Gainesville picked up the intensity on defense, changed things around,
and have been forcing the action a little more.
I tell you, right there, I'm down by 2.
Our second horn blows as we get ready for play to resume here, as you take a look there at that Gainesville huddle. Joel Hilsman and Ken Jones here with you from the Dorman Arena here in Roebuck, South Carolina. Oh, beautiful and lovely arena. And of course, Dorman again being a wonderful host here for the Farm Bureau Insurance Classic. And then you also have the Bojangles bracket. 2 tournaments in 1. I like it. How many gyms are in this place? Ain't it about 8 gyms? There's a 3, no good by Tavares Scott. Tate with the rebound, he dropped it. Ball is on the floor. They dive and fight for it down there. Jump ball. That's what I like right there. Get intense with it. Let's see who got the ball. No. Leave it on the floor. Leave it on the floor. Leave it on the floor. I like the hustle. I like the intangibles, but let's not let it escalate a little bit too far. Good job by the Spartanburg assistant coach coming in. I'm all with the tenacity now. Now let's mark this moment. 5:16 to go. See how the game changes emotionally.
Right.
2-point ball game. Spartanburg holding the lead. They've been holding the lead now for quite a while.
Here we go. Refs did a good job on that situation, but they definitely got to get this under control.
Yeah, no foul, no flagrants or technicals or intentionals handed out. Just the stern talking to disciplinary-wise and speaking to the players. Now let's make sure we've got the perspiration up out the lane, please, Mr. Ref. That is the last. Go ahead, Ken.
No, it was something that was totally off the game.
What, that Mike Murphy jumper right there, bang, bang. Mike Murphy. Mike Murphy now effectively trying to do something. There's an offensive foul, and now the momentum now beginning to tilt just a little bit towards Spartanburg. Spoke of Mike Murphy, excuse me. Murphy now with 11 points in the contest. Balanced scoring overall from this Viking bunch, Ken. Almost a turnover there. So there's the kick into the corner to McKinney. McKinney now to Mike Murphy. Oh, shot the passing lane. Almost a steal there by Kajan Scott.
You ever see a team just lurking in the back?
Yeah.
That's what Gainesville reminds me of right now. They're just lurking. They're just waiting for their opportunities, and it just seems like they're going to come. They almost had to steal just now.
Oh, so the hurricane, you saying, is beginning to pick up steam?
Yeah, and it just did.
Yeah, it did. Good hustle there. Did they get the timeout? Or is it going to go to Gainesville? It will go to Gainesville. Yep. 59 to 55. 4.5 to go. Spartanburg losing possession of the ball. They still have a 4-point lead. The momentum was going in their direction, but now here you come with the Hurricanes, Gainesville. A substitution, Scott will go out and Teeler will come in. And Teeler now exiting the long way, so we have to wait for him to get back to the bench. I think he hurt a finger or aggravated something. Coach Kelly Beckham in the shot there, I think, doing some coaching while he had those free seconds to wait. I like that. Here's Dallas Teeler feeding on a bounce pass. LaCroix turns, shot is up, no good. Rebound by Cam McKinney. McKinney gets it up ahead. Here's Tavar Scott. Tavar Scott on the left side, baseline, lost it, out of bounds, and it will go over to Gainesville. He turned and looked at the ref like I didn't touch it last, but it's a turnover.
They're still up by 4. I'm telling you, they're lurking in the back, though. Gainesville is just right here with 2 points. Changed the whole game.
Teeler over the big boy, lost it, out of bounds, right there in front of Coach Kelly Beckham. As soon as the ball went out of bounds, he had his hands crossed, he just dropped his head. But you've got to know he's used to seeing it. 34 years coaching, over 700 career victories. He knows a little something about putting the ball in the basket. He does not have a seat, by the way, on the bench. He either stands or does what he's doing now, kneeling. So here is Scott. Scott between the rings. Goes behind the back kind of slowly, turning. Tavares Scott tried to put on an exhibition. No good. Rebound tipped out of bounds, and they will give it to Gainesville. Looked like LaCroix was in there. I do like how active LaCroix has been. You can tell now he's settled in since he got the early foul trouble. He's been able to attack a little bit more. Also, I'm very pleased with the work ethic and the play of Isaiah Wilson, number 4 in white. In the corner, Teeler, a 3, he wanted it. He came off that screen ready. The ball came in that shooting pocket. He stroked it in. It's a 1-point ball game. 59-58, 3:20 to go. Big boy working on Murphy. Murphy now to Brunton. Brunton gives it off. In is LaCroix. LaCroix gonna get hit. Let's get with the foul. Let's see who it will be on. It will be on LaCroix. So Bruton will go to the free throw line. Keyshawn Bruton. After their game tomorrow, Spartanburg, they will head into region play, and they will play at Riverside next Tuesday to begin their region play, and then they will be back here next weekend, next Friday, and take on Dorman. So they will open with back-to-back road region games when the region slate starts for them next week. Free throw by Bruton was good. Second one was good as well. Lead out to 3. 61-58. Gainesville in white, moving right to left. They're trailing by 3, and Rudy Bip Boy is at the controls, looking at a 3-2 zone defense now from the Vikings, taking away those wings, sinking down low. That's what it's made to do. Kick it out, a shot, a passing lane, the steal. Mike Murphy, layup good. Use the window next time, Mike. Push the lead back out to 5. Take it, Teeler, a 3. Back iron, no, couldn't get the roll. Wilson on offensive rebound. Wilson gonna take it right back up, reverse layup, he blew it. Rebound gonna come down to Ronnie Miller. Ronnie Miller clears it out to Bruton, and now here come the Vikings with 2.5 to go. Bruton put on a few dance step moves, pulled it back between the rings. It's a 5-point ball game. Gainesville gonna try to button down the hatch defensively now. Here's Mike Murphy. Murphy between the legs, he peels it back out, left hand dribble now with the right hand, trying to find something to do. Gives it to Scott. Scott went baseline, stop, passed it in there, undecisive pass. Rudy Bip Boy back this way. Rudy Bip Boy off the window, good. Rudy Bip Boy coming to life here in this second half. A 3-point game, they quickly get it up. Ronnie Miller. Miller, shot is up, no good. Fighting for it on the floor, they die for it. McClory comes away with it. It'll be a jump ball. Possession arrow will belong to Spartanburg. You can almost see the gifted, raw, athletic ability in some of the Spartanburg players, specifically Ronnie Miller. I didn't know Ronnie Miller played basketball until today's roster. He wasn't. Yeah, I know what he can do on the football field. He'll hit your lights out.
Right.
Okay. And I'm seeing some of that, just that pure athleticism coming out in this Spartanburg bunch, and they are feeling pretty good that they have a 3-point lead with 1:59 to go and a timeout. It is a 30-second timeout.
And possession of the ball.
Yes, sir, in possession of the basketball. For Gainesville, coming up on their schedule, let's pull up and take a look at their schedule here. They've got another game, of course, tomorrow here in the Farm Bureau Classic here, but then they go on and they open up with their region at home. They play Forest and Lake Weir, and then they make the trip down to Ocala again. Well, all 3 of them in Ocala, but then they got to go into that Vanguard Night Gymnasium. And, man, if you've never been in Vanguard, okay?
Never been there.
Man, do not go in July. Don't go.
Okay.
Don't go. Any basketball tournament held down there will make a man out of you. No air conditioning in that gym. I don't mind it myself. That's how you're supposed to. A hot gym is the best gym.
Okay.
That's how you ask me. But it's one of them gyms you get down there in them summer runs, man. There's some good ball down there. Vanguard. Ocala, Florida. Pretty cool place down there. And Gainesville spends a lot of time. They have a lot of district opponents down there in that area. And Forest, Lake Weir, and Vanguard are their first 3 district games. They get a turnover. Bip Boyd to Wilson. Wilson layup good. Isaiah Wilson, and look at the scoreboard. It's a 1-point game with 95 seconds. Here's Bruton into the court. Spartanburg now with the blue. They're operating. Bruton, Euro stepping to the hoop. It's going to no good. Rebound. They tip, fight for it. Bruton going to get it back. He's in the lane. Bruton, one dribble up and in. Good. Keyshawn Bruton, offensive rebound and put back. Push the lead back out now to 3 with 75 seconds. Rudy Bip Boy. Bip Boy had to come, and someone had to bring him his dribble back. To John Scott. They played pity-pat with the ball, literally. Now Coach Beckham calling out the defensive, offensive set, cross-court pass. There's Scott. He was open, nothing there. We're under a minute to go. Long in the corner. Teeler, he hit one from there earlier. Kaboom. Tie ball game, Dallas. Teeler out of the right corner, a 3-ball. And now here is Bruton right down the lane. Wilson smacked him across the head of foul. He went for the block, got some of the arm and some of the head. We heard it up here. 65, 65, 43, and 3:10 seconds. Coach Fred Ford now gets Ronnie Miller over. One of the assistants working with him as well.
We're down to the wire.
Yeah. right here on SUVtv. Look, just get ready, man. Here's Bruton's first free throw. It is good. And Spartanburg now has the lead. Now, since Spartanburg took that lead in the second half, they have not relinquished the lead. Free throw, good. Stepping up there like a champ, knocking in those free throws. 4 of 4 in the quarter, and 7 of 8 in the half, 7 of 10 in the game.
Yep.
I can take 70%. Teeler, back out to Big Boy, a 3, no good. Rebound tip, they fight for it, ball hit the floor, out of bounds, and it will go to Spartanburg with 24 and 4/10 seconds. Coach Beckham did not like it, and a timeout is called by Spartanburg. Let's see, will it be a full or will it be a 30? Let's take a look. Let's see what they're going to call. He hadn't officially started the timeout. It will be a full timeout. So we'll take it with them right here. 65-62, Spartanburg leading 67-65. 24 and 4/10 seconds. We're coming back to live action and a foul call on Rudy Big Boy. Now, Rudy Big Boy, you and I were talking about his first half, kind of sluggish, only 2 free throws. In the second half has kind of turned it on. 11 here in the half, 13 in the game from Rudy Big Boy, the point guard of the Gainesville Hurricane.
And needed every point, too.
Mike Murphy now going to toe the free throw line. 75% on the day. He's 3 of 4 from the strike. First free throw. Good. Way to step up there and knock him in, big fella.
Joe, big point you made about their defensive average for Gainesville. 52.3 or
52-6.
6.
Mike Murphy stepped up there and made them both. Conversely now, Spartanburg offensively averaged 63 a game. They're up to 69, a 4-point game. Dallas Teeler off balance, the three-pointer's no good. Rebound gonna bounce around forward, gets it back. Rudy Big Boy, a long 3, it's no good. Fight for the rebound. Tavares Scott with the rebound, and they'll foul him, and Spartanburg can put this thing away at the free throw line. During the break, you were talking about this would be a big win for Spartanburg because it's coming against a very viable opponent in Gainesville. We look at what they've done, 29-3 last season, the deep push in the playoffs. But here, yesterday, beating a very highly and nationally known Pace Academy squad for the recruits. So for Spartanburg to come in here and get this victory, it is very big.
Two big victories in a row. It's going to do great things for their program for this year.
Scott misses the free throw. And this is Coach Ford's 3rd year, so this is the year where he's kind of had to put some chess pieces in place and use a Band-Aid. I mentioned the football thing because it really did affect the basketball program the last 2 seasons.
Right, here in South Carolina it does. They say the state is football, so it will affect everybody's program. But to get a victory like this, regardless of his situation, I mean, it's going to be big for him.
69-65, 4 and 9/10 seconds. Tavares Scott stepped up there and missed those 2 free throws. He's now 2 of 4 on the day. He's had him a pretty good day. He has 15 points on the count right now. 69-65 Spartanburg. Of course, our next game will be the Dorman Cavaliers. They are the hosts, and head coach Thomas Ryan, taking on the Shiloh Generals and head coach Kim Rivers. I've seen Shiloh before this year. Interested now to see them again, and man, are they going to be fun to watch. And they got one of the smallest Nat guards in the state, in the country, and he does a fabulous job commanding the offense when he does. All right, right now, if you're Spartanburg, no fouls, no 4-point plays, no bank shots with a foul, and none of that if you want to get out of this ball game with a victory. 69-65. Crowd now, of course, beginning to fill in just a little bit here at the Dorman Arena. A beautiful arena to come and watch basketball. Put it on your bucket list. Hey, the Farm Bureau Classic Championships are tomorrow. Come on up. Lost the ball. That's going to be a double dribble. They didn't call it. Pick it up. Taylor, a long three out of the corner. No good.
Wow.
And that will be the final. An upset of sorts, I guess you can say. 69-65. The Spartanburg Vikings defeat the Gainesville Hurricanes out of Gainesville, Florida. Final score, Spartanburg 69.
For riding shotgun
And
with a gunslinger.
Gainesville
Top
65.
questions
I'll
for
check some
football
quick
tough
high numbers
guy,
for
Brett
you.
Favre.
15 for
Dear
Tavares
Brett,
Scott.
I have a truck, so people always ask me to help them move. What should I do? First, go to
19,
favorites.com.
the high man, Kashawn Brunton, and then Cam McKinney, he had 10, so those are your double-figure scores. Mike Murphy also had 15 for the Spartanburg Vikings. On the flip side, Isaiah Wilson, well, you know, he really filled it up from the free throw line. He finished with 14 points. Rudy Bit Boyd came on in that second half. He finished with 13. And let me see, Oates finished with 8. Pugh finished with 13 for Gainesville. Final score again, 69-65. Our next game coming up will be Shiloh and Dorman right here, the SUVtv.com.